Shalligators. Today we are going to talk about Kim Kardashian turning 40. And not just Kim turning 40. We're going to talk about us getting older, confronting our scary ages. I got news for you. There's going to be more than one. And how to age, not just gracefully, but like a fine wine. How to actually get better as we get older. And I'm going to give you actual tips of like things you can do, creams to use, lasers to get, but also emotional and behavioral things we can do to be young and feel young as long as we possibly can. But first, just want to remind you guys that Evil Week is underway. Now, hopefully you guys checked out the first two videos from Evil Week. And as you know, Evil Week is the greatest week of the year. We look forward to it all year long, where we do a video in 7 days, 7 videos, 7 days on the 7 deadly sins, and not just breaking them down, but how we can use them to our advantage. Evil Week is not an ironic title. We are evil as fuck. So the first two videos, we broke down wrath, how to be ruthless, lessons from Machiavelli, and we also did one on sloth, how to lie and manipulate people very, very convincingly. So those two are on YouTube right now, and the rest of Evil Week is going to be premiering, it is already premiering, on InfStream. So head on over there. It's our uncensored, ad-free video platform, $2 a month. You get access to all of Evil Week, and I think I'm actually going to do a few bonus episodes, because, you know, we got some evil still to talk about. Speaking of evil, revenge. What's more evil than revenge? And you guys can finally buy my revenge necklace. I paired up with Vault NYC. They're one of my favorite jewelry brands. I've loved them forever. I've worn their stuff for so long. It's a woman-run business. It's fantastic. And you can get your revenge necklace in gold or silver, 2 different lengths. They're almost sold out. They actually might be sold out at this point, but you can still enter to win a pair for you and your bestie, 1 gold, 1 silver. Just head on over to my Instagram at ShallonXO and comment your favorite method of revenge on my latest Instagram post, the one with picture of the revenge necklace. Winners will be announced on Halloween, so go ahead and enter ASAP. So Kimmy. It's crazy to think that Kim Kardashian is 40, because when we think of 40, you know, when we're younger, 40 is this. 40 is Dorothy's Bornak. 40 is the Golden Girls. 40 is I'm going to break a hip. I need my early bird special. Matlock, Murder, She Wrote. Joke's on you. I've been watching Murder, She Wrote and Matlock for like a decade. I am such an old person waiting to happen. I can't wait. But when we look at Kim, we're like, wait a minute. This is 40? Now, yes. Kim has had quite a few enhancements, but she is still a smoke show. So Kim took all of her friends and family to a private island. She wrote like a kind of a cute caption. She's like, 40, feeling so humble and blessed, blah, 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 blah. And she's like, we all quarantined for 2 weeks before that. Okay, sure you did. Like, I don't care, Kimmy. I don't care. But don't you love how it took 3 sisters to cover Rob, who's in like a full hoodie and sneakers on the beach? Rob, what happened to that workout routine, boy? You have nothing better to do, literally nothing better to do. What are you doing? Also, this Facetune situation on Khloe, who is that supposed to be exactly? Is this seriously supposed to be? She's such a cute girl. None of them look like each other. Kourtney looks like Shakira. Kim... Nicole, quotes by Shallon, she said that Kim looked like she's wearing a Party City costume. That's not wrong. And that all of her friends in this other picture look like Amish housewives. Yeah, who's like, I know, I have a dress left over from an FLDS wedding I went to in 2002. I'll just wear that. I can't tell if Lala's head is on backwards or not. I truly don't know if she's looking over her shoulder or if she's standing straight forward. It's like a magic eye picture. Hi, Simon. It's my friend Simon in that picture. But yeah, it looked like it was a great time. Look sweet, look cute. Good for you, Kimmy. It's about celebrating and enjoying. And the theme of her message was humble and blessed. And that really is one of the cool things about getting older. You are so much more grateful because you can look around and you have much more life experience and you embrace your blessings more, and there's less comparison, but we're going to talk about comparison in a minute. And you know what? I don't like getting older. I don't like it. When I was 9, I didn't want to be 10. I've always hated it. And one day my mom stopped me and she's like, do you think your life has gotten progressively worse or progressively better? And I was like, oh, better for sure. She's like, why? Tell me why. I'm like, well, I've gotten richer and more successful. I've traveled more places every year. I've made more friends. I've had more adventures. I'm smarter. I'm more confident. And she's like, and now tell me why you don't want to turn a year older. And I'm like, well, because I'm older. She's like, well, what does that mean to you? And I'll talk about this in more detail, but like, it means the loss of coolness, your last fuckable day, comparing myself to everyone else. My life isn't on schedule. Things aren't happening at the right time. I'm running out of time. I'm running out of the currency of youth. It just represents a whole lot of scary stuff, but it shouldn't. It should represent an accumulation of awesomeness. And so if you're dealing with a scary age, you're just like having anxiety about getting older, write down everything you've learned in this last year. Not everything you've achieved, because this year has been a garbage fire. And maybe just, you haven't achieved that much. That's okay. I bet you've still learned something, right? Maybe you finally broke up with that fuckboy. Maybe you let a toxic friend out of your life. Maybe you annexed in a great new friend who you thought, we're not going to have that much in common, but actually we're besties now. Maybe you've learned something about dinosaurs or the Wall of China or something. Maybe you've learned some really cool stuff. I bet you've learned some things about yourself. I bet you've learned some things about what you want in your life and what you don't. And maybe this last year was simply a year of sowing the seeds, and next year is going to be the year that things actually bloom. Maybe all you've done is just realized, I'm on the right path, I'm not on the right path. But we're going to get into all of this. Let's talk about 40. Now, a lot of you guys are nowhere near 40. I choose not to be anywhere near 40 either. And you know what? I do believe it's a choice. I remember, not when I was working at Star, but the job I had before that, one of my coworkers, one of my work friends, she was trans. And I was like, I was like 27. I was like, I don't want to be 27. I want to be 23. And she's like, so be 23. I'm like, okay, Cal, I could just be 23. She's like, I decided I was a girl. I was like, but that's different. And she's like, listen to me. She's like, a lot of people are going to tell you it is different. She's like, I personally don't believe it is. I didn't feel like a boy, and you don't feel 27. So if I'm allowed to step into a different identity, why shouldn't other people? And I'm like, well, because then you're going to have someone being like a weird 46-year-old man being like, I'm a high school freshman, and trying to re-enroll. Like, it could be a very slippery slope. She's like, well, being trans is a slippery slope. People are complaining about it and fighting about it all the time. The point is, and she said this, she's like, you should be able to be whatever you feel like you are, whether that has to do with your gender or your sexuality or your age. And I was like, you know what? I enjoy that. So if I suddenly come on here, I was like, I'm 21. You all better fucking accept it. Okay? I'm not going to do that. I might get enough Botox so I look like it, but I'm not going to do it. But when we look at Kim, we don't see an old person. And when we look around at a lot of the smoke shows in Hollywood, we don't see old people either. Kourtney Kardashian, she's 41 or 42. I think it's her 42nd birthday maybe this year. Kristen Bell is 40, which is wild. She still looks like a teenager. Rebel Wilson is 40. Kate Beckinsale is 46. Kate Beckinsale will steal your man, but she is the hottest woman on planet Earth. And if you see her coming, you put a sack over your boyfriend's head and you run. You put him in the trunk of the car. Zooey Deschanel is turning 40 this year. Jessica Simpson. Like, the heavy-hitting hotties of the world are turning 40. Now, I know what you're saying. Shallon, they're celebrities. Of course they're going to look good. We're going to talk about how you can look just that good. We're going to talk about it in a minute. But I want to talk about scary ages. Scary ages. Because I asked you on my Instagram, what's your scary age? And the answers were completely different. Some of you were like 50, some were like 23, 40, 30 came up a lot. But 25 came up a lot also. And I think I look back, and 25 was kind of a scary age for me too. It wasn't 25, it was 26. And I've always said, when it comes to guys, 26 is peak douche. Peak douchebag. They are undateable. My last boyfriend, Hurt Locker, 26. Just a mess. Because at 26, people are taking very divergent paths. You have people who are like me, who are just like digging into their career, living in New York, having all these adventures. nowhere near settling down. And then you have people who are 26 and on their second kid. And you're like, you're 26. You are too. Oh. And with guys are insufferable at 26 because they just think they know it all. They've gotten kind of like maybe their first promotion. They're over college. They've left that behind. They've gotten their first promotion. They got a little jangle in their pocket. Maybe their living situation has improved. They don't have a roommate anymore. And they think they are cock of the walk. They are cock of nothing. They are so annoying, just unbearable. And then literally at 27, like on their birthday, it evaporates and they turn back into a normal person. I'm like, thank you. So I don't fuck with 26 at all. And when I think about when I was 26, it was a scary age for me because, like I said, there was that great schism. I had 3 roommates at the time. I lived with my best friends, and we all moved out at 26 because 2 of them moved in with their boyfriend. One of them went to rehab, and me, I was like somewhere in the middle. I probably could have gone in the rehab direction. But I was still like digging into my career and dating around and having the flings and snorting out around the Jersey Shore. It's a long story. But I remember it was a huge year of constant comparison. And that's what a scary age is all about. Comparison. It is, look how far along they are. Or look how much freedom they have. Look how much money they have. Look the responsibilities they don't have to deal with. No matter where you are, it's wrong. And this is, like I said, this is not a specific age. This is any of your scary ages. It's an age you have decided in your mind, I have to know what I'm doing by this age. Whether it's 22, 30, 45, whatever it is. I remember watching, circle this back to the Kardashians. The Kardashians when Kourtney turned 40 and she was just like a ball of tears and hysteria in the run up to it. Because she's like, everyone tells you you're supposed to have your life figured out. And I just feel like I'm supposed to have my life figured out. First of all, nobody was telling that to her. Nobody's telling it to her. No one's telling it to you either. No one was telling it to me. These are things we have foisted on ourselves. This is like our Greek chorus. Oh, you should have it figured out. In the background, like haunting you with this idea that you just projected it. It's just your own insecurities you've projected. Everyone's telling me this. It's like, who is telling you that? Don't have those people. No one's telling you that. But I looked at it when Kourtney was going through it and you had to laugh. Like, Kourtney Kardashian doesn't feel like she has her life figured out. Let's break this down. She's got a great body, right? So her health isn't a problem. It's like, well, she's got to lose 50 pounds. She's got kids. So she's checked that box. It's not like there's this ticking clock. She has a career. She has friends, family. Like I think she had a boyfriend at the time, or she's always got another boyfriend up her sleeve. So it's like a celebrity with healthy kids, a thriving career, a banging body. You don't feel like your life is sorted out? Ugh. What hope is there for the rest of us? But that's just it. Your scary age and these metrics of success, they exist in your own mind. The call is coming from inside the house, right? And so when I look back on my scary age is, we'll talk about that in a second. It's because I was always comparing myself, comparing. And truly, that has fueled my life's motto, which is everything's right on schedule. Everything's right on schedule. Setbacks are setups. That locked window is an open door someplace else. And it is maddening to try to make this your motto. It is the most foreign and difficult and sucky thing in the entire world. Nope, can't do it. I hate this. No, it's not right on schedule. I'm not doing this right. I'm not doing that way. It's on schedule. Whatever you feel like you're missing, it's like Carrie Bradshaw says in Sex and the City when she thinks she's pregnant. And she's like, I feel like if I had really wanted a kid, I would have one. I would find a way to have had one. And that always stuck with me because it's true. If you really do want something, you pull yourself towards it. If you really want to get married, fuck, dudes are everywhere. Are you kidding? Everywhere I turn, I see a man. You can't swing a dead cat without hitting a man, right? If that's all you want is just be a wife, You can do it. It's no huge achievement. I mean, it's not, you guys. Like, it isn't. If you don't care what kind of relationship you have, if you don't care if this guy's a deadbeat or he vapes or he plays Fortnite all the time, whatever, if you just like need a man, yeah, you can find that. If you just want to have a baby, okay, like you can do that too. It seems really difficult. Like being a mother seems incredibly hard. But so that's what I always go back to. Oh my God, all my friends are married. Okay, well, if I really wanted that, I would be living my life in a different way. I would probably be dating guys who were older than 24, who wanted to get married. I would probably not be living in Manhattan in a high rise. I'd maybe have moved to the suburbs where I had a house that was conducive to family stuff. Like, I would not be snorting Adderall at the Jersey Shore. But I was doing those things. And it's like, maybe that's because I don't want to get married. But what I am focused on, writing another book, getting a TV show, becoming the editor of a magazine, those are happening. I am focused on those. Still snorting the Adderall. I am focused on those because that is the priority. So you have to trust, in a way, your own trajectory, right? You are pulling yourself towards the things that you find important. Hopefully. Hopefully you're not pulling yourself towards destruction and just mayhem. But only you can know that. And that's why we have to check in with ourselves and feel authentic. Because comparison truly is the root of unhappiness. But sometimes it can be a reality check. Why are you so fixated on all your friends who are married? Maybe you don't want to be snorting Addy. Maybe you want a partner. Maybe you want a real relationship. That's fine. That's fine. Just pull back and be like, okay, that was the data. Watching my friends get married. Those were data points that helped me add up to the conclusion of, I would like to settle down now. Okay. There's no right or wrong answer. It's just a matter of authenticity. And so when you kind of get back to that, you can cut that scary age down. You can throw some light on it because monsters live in the dark, right? Another reason your age is a scary age is because we think coolness dies. We talked before about The Last Fuckable Day. It's a sketch Amy Schumer did. Please go watch it. It's so funny. And it's like Julia Louis-Dreyfus and who else? I don't know, some other like older actresses. And they're like, it's our last fuckable day. It's the last day that society has deemed us fuckable. And Amy Schumer's like, what? You guys are smokes. And they're like, well, we're not. We're not fuckable anymore. We're not cool. We're irrelevant. And I mean, you show that to any woman over 45 and she's going to be like, yes, I know what they're talking about. We as society cast off women who we don't deem fuckable anymore. And then you have these exceptions, these unicorns like J-Lo and also Julia Louis-Dreyfus, Gwen Stefani. And you know what? A lot of women over 50 are fuckable. And if they're not, they probably weren't fuckable at 22. I'll loop that back in a second. But we think that there's this age where you're just like invisible and uncool, right? You're invisible to guys. You're invisible to society. You're just lame. I remember being in the spiral about this exact thing in college. I was 20. And my best friend Shelby, because I was like, we're going to grow up and we're going to be so uncool. And she's like, why would we be uncool when we grow up? Like, because we're going to be grown-ups. Like, I was just like in a tizzy. And she's like, I don't think so. She's like, uncool young people are the ones who become uncool adults. But if you're cool now, what would change? What would change? Like, you're not going to become dumb or unfunny or unadventurous, right? And I was like, no, I won't. And she was right. Some people are born sucky. Some people are born old. Do you know what I mean? And not in like the Cool Murder, She Wrote way. I have to believe it's cool. But in just the, I never want to leave my small town. I go on a Carnival cruise every 5 years. I don't get off the ship. I have no curiosity. To me, it all funnels. Coolness and curiosity walk hand in hand to me. They are one in the same. Because here's why I date younger guys. I mean, they're hotter. We know this. They keep me young. They keep me young. And my old joke when you guys are like, Shallon, you're looking younger than ever. I'm like, you are what you eat. It's like, because they are very curious about the world. Oh my God, you've been to China. Oh my gosh, what's this food? Oh my God, are those boobs? Oh! Everything is just like exciting and new. They're not jaded and full of baggage and just cynical. They're just really jazzed about life. Not just the macro of life. They're jazzed about, oh my God, there's new music. I still want to discover new music and new clothes, new vocabulary words. You know, I love a vocabulary word. And that keeps me enlivened and invigorated. And I, in turn, ground them. I have maturity and wisdom and I'm more metered. So it's roots and wings, you know? And so that's why I think older chicks and younger guys make an incredible combination. Also, like I said, they are hotter. And yes, curiosity is what keeps you young. And that's part of the reason I travel so much. I feel I am my best self when I'm traveling because I'm my most curious self. I'm my most passionate, adventurous, focused self. If I stay in one place for too long, I start to feel old because I start to feel like I'm in this routine. To me, oldness is like boring routine, like a slavish routine. But like I said, the downside is comparison. I don't know if I talked about this in one of the Paris Hilton videos I did, but like, I think I might have. There was this quote in like a magazine when Paris and Nicole, when their friendship schismed and Nicole was having kids with Benji Madden. And the quote was like, Nicole has grown up and moved on. Everyone in that group has, and Paris is still being Paris. And I was like, here lies the ghost of Shallon, bodied by a quote in Us Weekly. Because it hit me so hard. It resonated so hard. I was like, that's exactly how I feel. I feel like everyone has moved on. Everyone's having kids and growing up, and they're chopping down their own Christmas tree and wearing matching sweaters. And Shallon is still being Shallon. And truly, it was like quarantine that... I don't know if you guys saw this tweet. It was like, not to brag, but what a time to be childless. And I was like, yes, like we're all stuck in the house. What a time to be childless. And it was the manifestation of all of my decisions. And I'm like, you know what? I played it right. I played it right. Right for me. Not like no one should have kids, but I'm glad I didn't succumb to that pressure. And I have to, be the stay-at-home mom, or I have to live in Greenwich, Connecticut. And that's great for some people, but it's not my path. And that, I'm ashamed to say, took me a very long time to really sink my teeth into and be like, good for you. You're being authentic. And everything really is right on schedule. And Shallon, if you wake up tomorrow and you're like, I need a baby and a husband, okay, then our priority shift. That's fine. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. There's no shame in that. But until that is authentic and organic, that's not what we're doing. So that has helped take the pressure off the scary age for me. When you are aligned with your authenticity, when you are on your path, not your sister's path, not what your parents even say your path should be, not what your best friends, no matter how similar you guys are, their path is not yours. Your path doesn't have to look like anyone else's, it just has to feel good for you. And you have to constantly check in. You could be just one more weekend drunken binge away from being like, and we're done. And scene, we are done. I am ready to settle down. That's fine. Don't buck against it. But being young and looking hot and aging well is not just attitude. It is also sunblock. It is sunblock and it is chemical peels. If you do nothing else, sunblock and chemical peels. We talked before about what creates wrinkles. Free radicals. Free radicals feast on collagen. Collagen is like the stuffing in a pillow. Your cells, you got collagen in your face, and you naturally stop producing collagen between 18 and 22, right? So you gotta hang on to what you got. Because free radicals are created by smoking, the sun, and stress. 3 very bad things that I do not fuck with, okay? And those free radicals, it's like a Pac-Man thing. They're like, and they eat all the collagen out of this pillow. And what happens when a pillow doesn't have any stuffing? It deflates, right? It flattens out. That's what creates a depression in our skin, a wrinkle. Now, a man's cell will collapse at an angle. A woman's cell collapses straight down. So it is not a myth that men do age better than women. So unfair, right? What up? God is a woman. I don't know why you did this to us. Anyway, that's fine. So sunblock is going to help you. You want a mineral-based sunblock with titanium dioxide, zinc oxide. Do not fuck with avobenzone, oxysalate. I think mineral only. Elta is an incredible brand. Neogen, Isden. You can actually buy those on my Amazon page. I'll put the link in the bio because I have all my beauty favorites and they are all very anti-aging. It's stuff that I use. Also get chemical peels. And people are like, oh, but am I going to peel? Yes, bitch, that's the point. Take 3 days off from your life and just stay home, shed like a snake and emerge anew. You only have to do it every few months. Or you can do like very much milder weekly ones. That's like what I do if I don't want to just snake myself out. Vitamin C serum is going to be absolutely crucial. I have a really good vitamin C serum I use by Tula. I will tell you guys about it at some point. I just don't have it with me right now. Also, micro needling. Get like the Glow Pro, you know, do it on your hands, your neck, here. Do not do it in a swirly motion, okay? Think back and forth, 7 times. Pick it up, turn it, Don't think that the longer the needle, the better it is. Nope. Go with the Glow Pro. It's exactly the right length. You do this like daily or every few days, you're going to see a lot of good cell turnover, which is what you want because that creates collagen. Now, collagen is created through micro tears. You know how when you work out, you know how you build muscle? Like that feeling when you work out, you're making little tiny microscopic cuts in the muscle. It heals and gets larger. Your skin does exactly the same thing on a cellular level. When you make those little micro cuts, your body's like, we need some more collagen in here. And it creates more and goes there and plumps the cell back up. So it's great. There's a ton of really good lasers. Clear and Brilliant is good. Pico lasers are great for hyperpigmentation. I have melasma. I've spoken about it at length. I hate it. It ruins my life. Fraxel lasers. Look, there's a lot of different things you can do. There's a lot of different things. Another thing you got to do, girl, you got to work out. Oof. I know. I haven't been working out and my hips get really tight. And when I get up from sitting, I'm like an old woman hobbling. And I was like, holy shit, is this the beginning of the end? It's scary when you just get a flash of like maybe your health, like a health malady. And you're like, is this here to stay? Exercise is the fountain of youth. It is. It is. And even a little bit is better than nothing. Every step in the right direction is better than the wrong direction. It's a step away from the wrong direction. So, sunblock, right? Chemical peels, microneedling, preventative Botox. I've been getting Botox in my forehead since I was 22. And when it wears off, you kind of can't tell. Like I can, but I'm like forever looking in my face. And also I live my life on camera. So how I look on camera is not how I look in real life. And when you guys have met me, I'll be braggy. You guys are like, you're so pretty. You're so much prettier in real life. And I'm like, I think so too. Thank you. Doesn't translate. Thank you though. So what I'm saying is I need to meet all of you individually. Come on down to Montana. There's not a lot of people here anyway. You can't miss me. But while those things are well and good and absolutely necessary, it really is your attitude that's going to keep you young. And more than anything, know that you are right on schedule. I promise. For more, click like and subscribe. We're going to be doing some videos on easy voting hacks, how to know what measures to vote for and everything. It's not going to be too much of a political rant, don't worry. And also be sure to check out Evil Week on Instagram. I'll see you later, Shalligators.